For today's top story, stablecoin protocol USDAI has secured 13 million in Series A funding led by Framework Ventures to build stablecoins backed by graphics processing units. This marks one of the most unconventional collateral approaches that we've seen in the stablecoin sector, and the model here is so fascinating. This moves beyond traditional fiat or cryptocurrency backing to now hardware assets. Again, stablecoins typically are backed by money or dollars that are in bank accounts. This is very different. USDAI is developed by Permian Labs and provides credit to artificial intelligence companies using GPU hardware as collateral through what CEO David Choi describes as treating, quote, GPUs like commodities, end quote. The protocol enables fast programmatic loan approvals without conventional banking gatekeeping, addressing a critical funding gap for AI startups that own valuable computing hardware but struggle to access traditional credit markets. So, by tokenizing physical GPUs into verifiable on chain assets, USDAI shortens loan approval times by over 90% compared to traditional processes, allowing borrowers to retain ownership of their hardware while unlocking liquidity. Key borrowers already include AI infrastructure providers like Lyceum, Hydrahost, Qt Labs, Tacom, demonstrating real world traction. The timing itself aligns with surging demand for AI computing power, where high end GPUs from NVIDIA can cost per unit up to $40,000, creating a substantial collateral value for this type of system. As of this month, USDAI has achieved 49.4 million in total value locked, or TVL as it's hyphenated, during its private beta, with 118 users and a current annual percentage rate, or APR, of 6.76%, which is expected to rise, according to the company, to 7.83%. So let's dive into how this GPU backed model really works, simply said. So at its core, USDAI, the company, issues an over collateralized stablecoin called USDAI, which users can mint by swapping from USDC. So you have to start with Circle's USDC, and then that's what you use to get into the game. The stablecoin earns yield by providing liquidity to AI companies through loans backed by this tokenized GPU hardware, or what some refer to as decentralized physical infrastructure assets, or DPIN. It's a really big trend right now. Users can stake USDAI into SUSDAI for enhanced yield. So these two things are different, which can then be integrated across DeFi protocols for compounded returns while maintaining liquidity. The protocol incorporates several innovative mechanisms. One that we'll dive into now is Caliber, the collateralized asset ledger, insurance, bailment, evaluation, and redemption. This legal and technical framework tokenizes physical GPUs into on-chain assets backed by Treasury bills for insurance, ensuring no special purpose vehicles or SPVs or bankruptcy risks are even involved. Another one is Philo Curator. So this is a system for scalable onboarding of real-world infrastructure loans, preserving risk alignment and protections. QEV, or Q extractable value, is a decentralized liquidity primitive that handles redemptions using market-driven auctions rather than first-come, first-served queues, which optimizes efficiency for long-dated illiquid assets. So all of these three things are baked into this protocol and working behind the scenes to make this all function. So today, USDAI plans to launch auto vaults on Arbitrum, further expanding its ecosystem and enabling automated yield strategies for users. Taking a step back as we look at the broader market context for this story, the global stablecoin market recently reached 275 billion according to latest data. But most protocols making up this number rely on similar collateral types, primarily US Treasuries, cash deposits, or other major cryptocurrencies, is what these stablecoins are backed by. USDAI's approach represents diversification into real-world assets with inherent utility value, which is very different from an approach standpoint. GPUs maintain market liquidity and appreciation potential, unlike purely financial instruments, because they generate ongoing revenue through AI model training and inference workloads. Really cool. USDAI's success could validate hardware-backed lending models for other sectors, from renewable energy equipment to telecommunications infrastructure. We believe this structure and the setup that they're applying to GPUs could potentially apply to other sectors as well, which we're excited to see hopefully unfold here. For AI companies, the protocol offers immediate liquidity without selling equity or hardware, enabling faster scaling during the current AI boom. Investors like Framework Ventures see this as a bridge between AI's compute needs and crypto's liquidity tools, potentially unlocking billions in untapped collateral value.